Now, with the congressional debate last night, we decided to show some of the best clips and comment on them. Yep. I know you are ready to be an objective observer. You ready to go?
Okay, sure.
Let's get started with some of the highlights, probably the best moments for each candidate. Let's start with Amy McGrath. I asked her about her military experience and what she thought, and here's what she said.
Syria is a tough problem, and anybody that sits up here and says, well, I've got the answer for Syria, has no idea what they're talking about. It was a problem for the last administration. It's a problem for the current one. The concern that I have with this administration is he has no strategy other than lobbing a bunch of tomahawks at an old chemical weapons facility.
Now, I actually liked here, Lee, the fact that she noted it was difficult, because a lot of people try to act like these foreign policy things are easy. Yeah. And I thought that was when she was in her wheelhouse talking about foreign affairs.
Yeah, that seemed to be her strong suit, which may be, I don't know, if it shouldn't be a surprise considering her background.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's probably where she did maybe the best.
Oh, I don't think
all the
there's any doubt.
categories.
That was the first time to me that she seemed like she was able to speak naturally, because it was something she just knew about, rather than one where you had to prepare for a debate, et cetera. So I thought that was, if I was her, I would talk a lot more about those things.
That's the strategy,
going forward.
I think so. Yeah.
Now, Jim Gray, I asked him about some of the issues with marijuana legalization, and he then turned that into talking about opioid abuse, and here's what he said.
We are dealing with it here in Lexington. We've dealt with it with a Narcan and naloxone, with a heroin task force early on, but we need federal guidance, and we need this to be treated like the crisis it is.
He actually brought Rex Chapman, who's dealt with this. He was in the crowd, pointed to him. He seemed to me the most passionate in talking about this, because if you're the mayor of Lexington, and almost anywhere in Kentucky, you're having to deal with this.
Yes, and that is a crisis. But when you ask the question about legalization of marijuana, nothing irritates those guys more than when you compare it to opioids.
Yes.
Because they're trying to get away from that. But I mean, so he didn't do himself any favors there.
Yeah, well, here's what I thought. He didn't want to answer about marijuana legalization, because the thing is, that's an issue where the public sentiment is changing quickly, and I don't think politicians know where to be. In 10 years, they're all going to be for marijuana legalization, but they're not there yet. Would you agree with that?
They're not Gatewood.
They are not. Gatewood was way ahead of the curve
way ahead of his time.
when it came to that. Now, I thought Reggie Thomas was maybe the most passionate throughout the debate when he was talking about guns and the NRA. Here's what he had to say.
I've led on this issue. I've talked about having some common sense gun safety legislation. I've talked about implementing universal background checks of 3 days. Right now, you can purchase a gun in 30 minutes. That's way too fast.
He was very big on leading the way. He clearly thought, Lee, that being the most progressive on a number of these issues is his strategy.
I don't know where you can purchase a gun in 30 minutes where he's getting that. But you're right, and I think that's where he's trying to, again, establish himself. To me, Reggie's strategy is very similar to what Governor Bevins was in that primary, where he got the nomination because there was two people. If you get those to split, then maybe you could rise above. And that seems to be the strategies.
Now, Reggie was also part of the most controversial part of the debate. Now, I'm interested to hear what you think about this. Right. He challenged Amy McGrath on not being from here, and his question raised a lot of people's eyebrows. Take a listen.
I want to list 3 well-known communities in this district that you've had time to visit: Bybee, Clay City, and Sharpsburg. And tell me, Amy, the counties where those communities are located.
I don't know, Reggie. I haven't been everywhere. And I'm not sure that everybody who's lived here, think about the folks in this audience who've lived here for 20 years. Have you been to all of those places? Look, the fact is that I serve my country, okay? I can't do both. I can't live here for 20 years and also be a United States Marine serving the people of Kentucky.
What did you think of Reggie's question? Was it fair, and what did you think of her answer?
I don't know if it was, obviously it's a trap question. I think she deflected pretty well.
I agree.
By, hiding behind her service.
How many people in the audience you think could answer that question?
I could have answered him.
You would have known all those counties?
Yeah. Madison, Powell, and Bath.
But see,
now, Reggie, where's Lily's Ferry? Where's Camargo?
See,
Where's
that's
Trap?
my thing, is that you can pick any of these.
Right, it's a trap question. It
It's a
doesn't
trap
matter.
question.
Yeah.
I will say this, in the room, it got very tense when he said that. And I was shocked when it was over, Lee, how negative the reaction was to him asking her
To
that
Reggie.
online. People did not like that.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she handled it well. She's basically like,
She did
I
the
don't
right
know
thing.
where Bobby is, but I know where Fallujah was, and I was there. I think that handled it well. Anyway, all three of them, though, we thought had their moments
Yeah,
and
I
did
think
well.
they